Back on Trojans Live, Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Keely Yorn, our best in the game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of USC Athletics, helping the world keep promises. It's Jaden Richardson who's taken on a much bigger role here for this USC offense. Redshirt senior, now in his second season at USC. What's going on, Jaden? Tell us about being in that receiver room. You know, obviously Jacoby's such an important player on this offense, on this team. All of a sudden that goes away, at least for that game. And what does that do for someone like you and no one going into the game? You're probably going to have an increased role.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Jacoby's a really good player for us, really big leader for us. But I think the biggest thing in that room for us is just kind of when your number is called, being ready to go. We've had guys like Tanuk, who's a freshman, who ended up starting this year, right? So I think just as a group collectively making sure everybody's ready to go, and then when your number is called, like, you're ready to take advantage of that for the team.
Obviously, 2 big catches on the game, a big first down grab. But that hit, man, in the end zone, big dog. Man, I think I heard that. I'm up in the press box for the game, and I looked at GLR as our producer, and I said, "Oh my God, I heard that down there, man." And it took you a little while, but you took off on your own power there, man. What was that hit like?
It woke me up for sure.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's football, it happens.
Yeah.
Well, is it just the air not get knocked out of you?
Yeah. No, so that was all good. It took me a second, but yeah, that was all good.
On the whole, though, I felt like you did such a great job blocking on Saturday, and I know that doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but what pride do you take in that ability?
I think we take advantage of as a room, right? I think a lot of the time you can do stuff with the ball in your hand, but if you don't do it without the ball in your hand, it doesn't really matter. So I think blocking for each other, blocking for the running backs, blocking for Jaden, I think that's really important for all of us in that room.
You know, I'm from the East Coast, so I know what Tufts is. A lot of people from my high school, you know, go to Tufts or schools like Tufts. These guys, we were talking about beforehand. I mean, they were like doing research trying to figure out what this school is. What is a Tufts football game? He's a Tufts transfer for people that don't realize. We don't get a lot of transfers from Tufts. What is a Tufts football game like? What's that level of football like?
It's different. I mean, obviously you don't have 60,000, 70,000 people there. A good game for us is probably like 5,000. And that's a really good game. But it's fun. I mean, I think out there guys aren't going out there thinking they're going to the league, right? So I think you're out there because you want to be out there. And so I think that's kind of the best part about it. I think guys that are out there, you're playing for each other. Like, I think that's probably the most it's special. That's what I say. It's special. I think everybody kind of go out there for each other, and it's fun football.
Got a couple Jaden to Jaden connections last night or the other night. You came in with Jaden, and you've seen the development of him, the strides he's made as becoming a quarterback. What's it been like to watch him and seeing the work that he puts into it?
Yeah, so he has some cousins who are triplets who played with me at Tufts.
Oh, wow.
They were linemen, yeah. And so
he has cousins who are triplets who play. All 3 of them played with you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So they were the class below me at Tufts. And then I got here, and I was on the same visit weekend as Jaden. Oh. So we kind of already had that going for each other. And then a lot of the time last year when he wasn't starting, I was with him during practice and stuff and during camp. So I think we kind of had that connection, and then our lockers were right next to each other. So I think we've always kind of been together, which has been really nice for us kind of. And then just kind of seeing him develop and seeing his confidence grow has been huge. I think the difference between last year and this year, I think the talent was always there. Everybody always saw that and kind of the arm talent and all that stuff. But seeing him kind of just growing his confidence and his command of the offense and him as a leader, I think has been really cool to see.
Since we talked about Tufts, I have to ask, being an econ major at Tufts, that's not easy. What was that like being a student athlete there?
It was rough. It was rough. Yeah, but you get through it. But it was different. I mean, obviously we didn't have the same amount of football commitment I think out there as we did here, just time-wise. So that made it a little bit easier. But I mean, yeah. At that point, it was like, I'm going to have to go get a job after this. So I was kind of trying to figure out what I was going to do.
Smart cookie.
Yeah, making that big of a jump, you had to come in with some sort of realistic view of the situation.
Yeah.
There are people like Mackay and Jacoby here, and they're coveted by every team in the country. Why choose USC? Because I mean, for people that don't know, I mean, you're a guy who had 13 touchdowns in 9 games, so you were used to being the number 1 guy. Yeah. But coming here, you had to have some idea that you were going to have to be more of a role player.
Yeah. I mean, I think when I left, obviously I had a couple different options. I think the biggest thing for me was, one, I'd already been out in the East Coast for so long, like coming back to close to home, being able to play in front of my family was something that I was kind of looking for a little bit. But also kind of just being in a school like USC, and my family's from LA, so being able to play out here in front of my family, this place is just special, right? Kind of growing up a California kid, just having the opportunity to kind of go out in the Coliseum, like that's never something I thought I'd have the opportunity to do, right? Like I didn't have any D1 hours at high school, so kind of like SC calls, you're like, all right, like let's do it. Like there's no really debate there in my mind. And so kind of thing for me was just showing up every day and kind of doing what I had to do for this team to win, and when number was called, kind of being ready.
Talk about the love for USC growing up. What was your favorite era of USC football?
That Rose Bowl.
I played with Liner and Reggie, so don't be.
You're old now, Sean.
Yeah, see, I don't really remember most of that.
Before he was born.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah.
No.
But part of that Penn State Rose Bowl around then, we had a long snapper from my school who was here then, and so I'm like that was like our one connection to SC. But yeah, I mean, just growing up, like I just remember watching all those moments. My cousin ran track here, so kind of being around her was just SC was always been a special place for me.
Speaking of track, your dad ran track in college.
Yeah.
You were captain of the track team in high school, but then you chose football. Why not track?
I wasn't fast like my dad.
Okay.
I'm fast, but I wasn't track fast.
Okay.
You were the NESCAC co-offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Who's the greatest player in NESCAC history? Is there somebody
we had
know?
a
Little
kicker.
quiz.
I don't know.
No,
It's
wanna
not a trivia question.
there
I
was
have
a
no
kicker
idea.
who went from the NESCAC and was like in the league for a while. I'm trying to remember who it was.
That
I
makes
must say
sense.
for the Patriots or something like that.
Some of
But
these
like,
kickers come out of nowhere.
yeah, but he was like good. in the
Brandon
league.
Aubrey was like
Yeah.
doing something else, and now
Yeah.
kicks 64 yarders like it's nothing. To
No,
beat my team.
We've had a couple guys transfer out of there
conversation.
though. Yeah, we had a guy from Wesleyan who went to Wake Forest. We had a couple guys who left and went to other big schools. So it happens every once in a while.
From NESCAC hero to USC, what a run it has been. What a story you are, Jaden Richardson. Appreciate you taking the time on Trojans Live. Fight on Trojans and fly on with ONT. Ontario International Airport is a proud sponsor of our USC Trojans. Visit SoCalSoEasy.com to start planning your next vacation today. And don't wait until game time to plan for retirement. Open your free iTrust Capital account today and get your crypto IRA. iTrust Capital is the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans. Speaking of track coaches, we have Brenda Martinez next. She runs our cross-country team and does distance coaching for our national championship track squad. She's next on Trojans Live.